Hey guys, Bold for Christ YouTube channel here. I want to show you this video from Frank Barris, F-R-A-N-K-B-E-R-R-I-S, I believe. Frank Barris, it's his YouTube channel. It's a pretty good channel. He actually threatens a gunfight with a sheriff deputy and two highway patrol officers. I think this is in Wyoming. If they if they basically violate his rights, if they damage his personal private property, they break and enter into his car. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this video. It's pretty good. I hate this. The play when I have screensaver on, the play symbol goes away. Let me just try this.
What's your last name?
Barris, B-E-R-R-I-S.
B-E-R-R-I-S.
It's in the passport you stole.
Well, I'm going to turn off my Bluetooth speaker. Maybe you can hear it better. Let's backtrack again.
Alright, sir, what's your last name?
Barris, B-E-R-R-I-S.
B-E-R-R-I-S.
It's in the passport you stole.
Okay, we didn't steal your passport.
Well, then may I have my
You'll
passport
get
back?
everything back. What I need you to do, okay, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you're driving without a driver's license, you're speeding, you don't have plates on your vehicle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need you to get out of the vehicle to chat with us. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. So right now I'm asking you, will you please get out of the car and speak with us?
No, I will not.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to get out of the car. You need to get out of the car right now.
You're being recorded.
That's fine.
Okay. And under what authority are you demanding an American state national to get out of this vehicle when I don't have to prove any kind of... I am not in your corporate bylaws. I don't need driver's licenses.
That's fine. I respect your beliefs, but you
It's
have to
not a
respect
belief,
mine
you
as well.
guys.
Okay,
This ain't
so
beliefs.
This next time, I'm going to make you get out of the car. What that means, I'm going to break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Understand?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm telling you.
I am telling you, if you do that, this is going to go south quick.
Okay, I don't want it to go south.
Well, don't be fucking breaking into my private property or stealing my private property.
Okay, then help us out, sir.
I've already helped you. I've educated you about the law, but you're not listening. You're not accepting the facts, okay?
Okay, we're not.
Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. I would like my passport back. I would like to get on my way. I have critters with water freezing. I really don't have time for this.
Okay, sir. I'm telling you, if we have to, we will break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Do you want it to get to that, or do you want to come out and talk to us?
Okay, so you're threatening to break my private property.
I'm telling you that I
And
have
do you
authority
know under
to
the
take you
law?
out of this vehicle if you do not comply with our orders.
I don't have to comply with your orders.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yes, sir.
I do not.
Okay, so what are we going to do here?
We're going to have a gunfight on the side of the road is what we're going to have.
We do not need to have a gun.
Well, then you better start listening to sense.
You need...
Okay, so this man had every right to say that and to do it if needed to. Now, I know in Florida there's a stand your ground law. Somebody breaks in your property, you're allowed to stand your ground. You don't have to run. You can actually fight them off. So this guy had every right to say that, because if you break it down, what is he doing? He's talking to two men. He's a man, and they're men. There's actually three men, because there's another one, the sheriff. But the sheriff deputy's kind of taking a back seat to everything. He's like, I'm going to keep clear of this. And these men are threatening to damage his property, break into his property, pull him out, imprison him, kidnap him, put him in chains, put him in a box or a cage, right? So he has every right to defend himself, defend his property, regardless of what another man says. I'm going to go back and I'm going to break this video down a little bit. Now that if you want to watch the rest of the video, go to Frank Barris's YouTube channel. If I remember, I'll put the link here. All right, so we're at about 12 minutes. So we need to go back to 8 minutes. I think. That's about right.
Prove any kind of, I am not
vehicle, okay?
my passport back.
What I need you to do, okay, so I'm going to tell you, okay, so you're driving without a driver's license, you were speeding.
So he gave them a passport as a form of IDing himself. And that's one of the things going around is, oh, you have to have a passport. You don't have to have a passport, okay? You don't have to have anything. Think about it. If you're just born, okay, your mom and your dad give birth to you, there is no requirement by God to have any kind of identification, to have any kind of photograph of yourself, to have to prove who you are to anyone. You have every right not to do that. Now, this guy did it, and to me, by doing that, it's actually in a sense giving jurisdiction. Like, so if a man comes up to me and says, I need to know right now your identification, right? By me doing that, I'm kind of submitting in a sense to that authority. I'm giving him jurisdiction in that sense. Where I say, oh, okay, here's some identification of me. So, like, I disagree with that, but I kind of understand where the guy's coming from.
You don't have plates on your vehicle, okay? So what I'm going to do, I need you to get out of the vehicle to chat with us. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. So right now I'm asking you, will you please get out of the car and speak with us?
No, I will not.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to get out of the car. You need to get out of the car right now.
You're being recorded.
That's fine.
Okay. And under what authority are you demanding an American state national to get out of this vehicle?
So he's right by asking under what authority. Although, in a sense, again, just by asking, you are kind of submitting to their jurisdiction by asking. Whenever you give it any attention, you are, in a sense, giving jurisdiction to them. So the best thing to do is to not even ask, but just to assume they have no authority, right? Another thing I want to point out, he says he's an American state national. Okay, state and national are kind of conflicting terms. See, God creates nations. He doesn't create states. States are a state of mind, right? They're not real. They don't truly exist. I point this out to Spanish speakers a lot. The word be, or to be, has two different words for it. The English word to be has two different words for it. One is estar, which is how you feel and where you are is when you use the verb estar. Okay, the other one is ser, S-E-R. And you use the word ser when you're describing things that are not a state of mind. Like, what's your name? What's your nationality? What's your occupation, right? These aren't things that are that have to do with your state of mind or how you feel, or maybe where you or where you're at this location at this moment in time, right? These are concrete things that you use the word ser for, which means to be. So I would say, I am such and such, right? But I would not use the verb estar to say that I am such and such, because that's a state of mind, right? Now, if I were to say I'm happy, that's when I would use the verb estar to say I'm in a state of happiness. So by saying I'm an American state nationalist is kind of contradicting. All you have to say is I'm an American nationalist. I was born on American soil, okay, which can include Canada, Mexico, what we call the United States, right? It can include all that. And I'm a national, okay, because God creates people, he creates nations, but he doesn't create states and he doesn't create persons. That's why God is not a respecter of persons, okay? These things are states of mind. These things are what men, they want to do, and they want to throw this blanket and capture you, or this net and capture you, and make you believe you are of this state of mind, right? That's why they like to say, if you look at one of my videos, they like to say, in the state of Florida, we require this, right? And these people are saying, in the state of Montana, you're required to have a driver's license, okay? Well, these aren't real. These states aren't real. All they are is a group of men got together, wrote up a document, signed it, and they put into act this state of mind called the state of Florida, the state of Montana, and they want you to be inside of that. That's why they say in the state of Florida. Okay, how can you be in a land, right? You can't be inside a land unless you're dead. And in reality, that's what they want you, the physical you, to be. They want you to be dead, and they want you to be operating in the state that they devised for you, right? They developed this state, and they want you to operate within that and abandon your rights to be a man and cling to the statehood that they grant you. And once they grant you that and you receive it and you give that jurisdiction over yourself, then yes, you are under their legalities, their legislation, their citizenship. You are under that. So you must abide by that from that point on. So now you can come out of that as a man created in the image of God. You have to wake up. You have to open your eyes, open your ears. You have to read the Word of God. You have to see that God creates law, not man. Man, the best man can do is he can create persons and statehood and legislation. And this legislation is not concrete. Legislation can change every day. A new president, a new governor, a new mayor, a new council, right? A new Congress. They can change the legislation and leave you confused, and you don't know what is the rule today and what's the rule tomorrow, and you're still going by yesterday's rule and it's changed on you, right? That's because none of it's real, none of it's concrete, right? What God creates is law, it's absolute, it's concrete. It never has changed, not one time since the day he created the heaven and the earth till the end of times. It will never change, it will never go away. And once you open your eyes and you realize, hey, I'm a man, I'm not a citizen, I'm not a person, I don't put myself under their jurisdiction, I'm breaking free from that, then you can regain your rights as a man, and you no longer belong under this. You have every right to buy a piece of property, an automobile, a vessel. You can travel in that freely. Yes, these men who are delusional, who qualify themselves as a person, law enforcement, when they're really not even enforcing law. If they were enforcing law, they would be understanding the Bible. They'd be understanding the Old Testament. They'd be understanding God's law, the Mosaic law, the Levitical law. But they don't understand any of that. What they're calling law is legislation, which isn't real. It's made up. Okay? Now, sometimes legislation and law can overlap. Like legislation can say, okay, you're not allowed to murder, and law will say you're not allowed to murder, right? Sometimes they can overlap. But it's very rare, and it's only on the big ones, right? For instance, you're allowed to murder an unborn baby under legislation. But under law, you'll never be allowed to murder an unborn baby. Okay, so it's all about waking up, having the vision, having the eyesight, having the hearing to see and understand these things. So this man has woken up. He's a real living flesh and blood man. These other guys, okay, these police officers are operating under the personhood that they have authority because they are police officers, because they are law enforcement, but really they're just delusional. They're getting a paycheck. They're going to do whatever their boss tells them to do, which is the men that got together that wrote up this document that said this is a state and these are our rules and this is how it's going to operate. But they have guns, right? And so that's why they get away with a lot of things they do, because people are afraid of death. But see, this man in this video, he's not afraid of death. He understands that if he has a shootout with these guys on the side of the road, he will probably die, but the Creator will allow this to move forward, just like other men have died, but it hasn't stopped this, right? Time's running out on this video. I got to go. For the record, I'm not fighting a battle of flesh and blood. I'm not saying that we should shoot police officers or anything like that. I believe it's a spiritual warfare, but I absolutely 100% agree that this man had every right to defend himself if it came to that, even if he died from it. I would respect and honor him. And death in a situation like this would not happen in vain. The Creator Yah would bless it. People would say, ha ha, that man died, ha ha. But at the end of the day, the laugh, the joke would be on them. God bless everyone.